Welcome to the wonderful world of Waikato sheds, my friends. We got a special one today. You've probably seen a few earlier videos of this, teasing what's going on. We've got 318 square metres of epic shed house in the hills above Paeroa. What I wanted to do today though is meet the men behind the project. We've got Jed Claude here, who's managed this whole project and built it, and we've also got Steve from SteelHaus. So good to meet you guys.
Good to see you, Jason.
So Jed came to myself with this project a couple of years ago.
Yeah, it's been a while in the making.
Yeah, all good things are actually a while in the making. So if you're like, oh, can I get it for Christmas? You're like, yeah, maybe next year. But with a plan, you've got a client, awesome dude called Connor and Tash, and wanted to build a cool shed house and do it economically. So initially, Jed, you wanted to do it, we're going to do a portal frame on the whole thing and then timber battens all throughout. And I was like, hey, I know Steve, we know SteelHaus, let's try something new. So we've done a portal frame on the workshop bar area, and then we've done SteelHaus all throughout the build. How did you find it all working out?
I was a little bit hesitant at first, but once we looked into it, and SteelHaus got a lot of good information on their product. Once we looked into it, it sort of worked out as the only way forward for what we had in mind.
Yeah. Huge clear span in here, I suppose, because otherwise it would have been like laminated timber beams or what we would have had to do.
I mean, even this would have been quite the major without the steel frames. If it had been timber trusses, it would have had to be a lot higher, so it would have changed the whole shape outside the building. And then your big spans over your windows and stuff, like a timber frame for that would be normally quite a heavy, expensive item, whereas with the steel frame it's easy to deal with.
First time builders with steel frame as well?
Yep.
Initial thoughts? It's always good to get a raw
opinion. There's a couple of things that take a little bit more time than the timber, but on a whole it works out better, eh? Like you don't have to plane a single wall, everything's straight and true. As long as you put it together right, it's straight and it stays like that, whereas timber, over time it can move and you've got a few more factors to work with. But
did you notice any difference in the amount of craneage on site through the build as well?
What crane?
Yeah. So would you have used a crane if this was a timber build?
Borderline. Yeah, we used a high-ab for the big portals out in the shed, but the rest of it was all straightforward. Made it a lot easier. Like timber build like this, you'd normally have 3 guys on the job, whereas 1 or 2 guys could put up any bit of framing they want, basically. Yeah.
And do you notice down the hallway, like I've had a few customers, when you have a huge long hallway like we do in this house, you can see the waves in the walls. Did you notice you got a straighter finish through the hallway?
It's a bit straighter and less movement's a big thing, like for your square stop up around the top, that can be quite problematic with timber, and you're supposed to put a steel flashing in there anyhow.
What about bang for buck for a house this size? You mentioned while we were chatting earlier, customers are on a tight budget but wanted maximum square metres. Yeah, so when we basically worked out what they wanted to do, this was the way to achieve what they wanted for what they wanted to spend. Bit of a saving. I mean, it's not a complete saving. There's a couple of things that are a little bit more work. But definitely still is quite the substantial saving. And that's a pretty good story over the last couple of years, because there'll be a lot of people that have had budget blowouts on projects just from material price increases and the like in the last 2 years, I imagine. One
of the things we come up against now is you get a customer that had a house built 10 years ago. Now the materials for the project probably cost more now than the whole job cost back then. So
it's a changing.
Even people that are quite well off or money isn't the biggest issue, they're still looking at things like this to make their money go as far as they can.
And they definitely have aerator spaces are huge.
It's huge.
You could play cricket down the hallway. You could probably bowl in the toilet. It's huge space. They've done really well. It looks awesome. And the high stud ceilings to incorporate those barn doors. It's an awesome space, isn't it?
They're a nice touch. The owner actually made it himself.
Telling us the story when you had to make the rails and the rollers and everything. It's really cool.
If we check out into the bathroom, it'd be quite cool. I just want to show off a little feature that you guys have done in there and just how that you guys made it work with SteelHaus. Should we just go and pop in there? Awesome, we're inside the bathroom. I love this, got this awesome wall here. It doesn't go to the full height, and we've got these great recessed places for soap. How did you make that work?
Yeah, the customer had a few requests that they not budge on. One of them being these walls here. Not going right to the ceiling, makes them a little bit of a problem. But we managed to work with the customer on that one. We've actually reinforced an extra plate under the tiles that bolts to the floor with a steel beam that goes up the end of the wall. It's this one, and the ensuite's even bigger, would you believe it?
Yeah. Yeah, if inside of here, how do you make it work for this bathroom? So sloping it into there and...
Yeah, so we form the recess in the floor so that you're completely level entry, and build the recesses in the wall for the tiler, and that's all waterproof and everything. That's a real customisable sort of item, like that's done basically exactly as they wanted, complete with the lighting in the top and everything.
That's cool. Oh, I should go and pop down and see the ensuite. Awesome. So we're just inside the ensuite. I just wanted to point out the difference. So we've got the digger outside getting all the grass and everything done, but you shut these windows. Boom. How much quieter is that? So that's the benefit. You've got all the modern insulation in all the walls here, double glazed joinery, and you've literally got heavy machinery outside. So we're in the country, so it's not such a big issue. But you know, if you're next to a roadway or something, how cool is that? But anyway, let's have a look at this awesome bathroom. Yeah, so what's epic is we're inside the ensuite. The three of us are here, and we've still got this full-on shower. And one of the cool things is they've just got a huge amount of space in this place. It's a young family with the kids in there. You know, how have they maximised the build so that they can get a lot of stuff in here and have a, you know, cool product and that?
Yeah, well, I think it comes back to like the value for money that we were talking about before. A lot of modern builds these days, you cut down space where you can to save money. They haven't cut down on space anywhere. This is massive. This is as big as some people's bedroom.
Yeah.
Bedroom out here, once again, big as most people's lounge.
Absolutely. Yeah, what's epic on this place is they've gone for a simple design, and that's what we always say, is it's fundamentally a rectangle. One box is higher, the workshop, than the house. Got an eave overhang for the decks outside. You know, they've already been started doing it. But then inside they've used the same sort of materials and flowed it through, so there's not this extra cost. Like, it looks epic. They've done all this great tiling. Everything looks really cool, but it's actually just given them awesome value for money. I mean, I think we could probably let the camera do the talking and just let it roll around the house and just see the size of the bedrooms, the lounges, the ensuite, and then maybe we just catch up and finish it up in the workshop. Sure. Awesome, so we're here in the workshop bar. We could snap back. We made the prediction, is this awesome bifold window to pass in beers and dinner from the kitchen through into it. So we got this kick-ass workshop. How'd you find us working with the steel, NZ steel? We love it.
Yeah, so it sort of come about by basically the size that Connor wanted. The span, no, there is nothing worse than having a reasonable sized workshop like this and there is posts in the middle of it. Like, it just cuts your space down. So yeah, that's sort of how it come about. And we've worked with Waikato sheds, steel portal frames before, so it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, it's awesome. That looks great inside here. We've got room for the 2-post hoist, a sick car, pool table, sauna, bar. Got the laundry, which I think is real smart as well. It's just put the laundry out in the garage. That's it, saves space everywhere else, and this cool front door set up and a couple of roller doors. So all around, epic setup. Final comments.
Is it a laundry or is it a bar area for making your drinks?
Just get the cocktail mix in there.
Good way of getting a sink into the shed.
Yeah, right.
It's an awesome space, isn't it? And who wouldn't want a garage this size in New Zealand? This is every man's dream, isn't it? And right next to the house.
Yeah, that's it.
You're not out in the shed away from the missus while she's cooking your dinner.
Yeah.
She's right next door.
That's it. Keep an eye on you. I was just saying, Frida at home would be like, this would be her dream, is that she can literally open the window, yell into the bar and be like, oi Jace, dinner's ready, get out of there. I can see you're not doing anything, you're just drinking beer once again.
I mean, keep in mind it is 2023, it could be the woman in here and
absolutely. Could be everyone, everyone's accepted, we love you all. Right, that's awesome. Alright guys, thanks for watching. If you got any questions, hit us up. Otherwise, have a great day.